All right, what's up, everyone? Welcome back. Let's recap for today. Today is Tuesday, July 26th. Today I'm finishing up nicely green, $385, trading AYLA and FRGT. Those are the two that I traded right at the open, the first 15-30 minutes of the market open. Made my profit and walked away, and that was it. I didn't really come back to trade more. I was pretty happy with the profits I made on the day, and the rest of the day, I did check back to see if anything was moving, but there wasn't anything moving, so I just didn't bother coming back to trade, which probably was the best move. PGY though midday did give a good move. However, from the chat room that I was looking at, everyone was saying it was really hard to trade, very hard to trust. And so, I probably would have ended up red trading this front side on PGY anyways. So happy that I stayed away from the market after 10:30. So let's go through the trades. I am on a little bit of a green streak here. So let's go into my calendar. I'm a little bit on a green streak, on a little 5-day green streak here so far. And pretty much what I've been focusing on doing is just keeping myself centered and calm every day for the market, for the trading day, and managing my risk and not letting my losers grow to big red days, keeping them small. And then on the days that I feel more dialed in, then trading for a little bit longer and pushing share size a little bit more. But on the slower days, definitely I'm always very, very mindful of the market day. And then if it's a slow day, just letting off the gas a lot. And by what I mean that is by lowering my share size, which I'm usually sometimes down 50 to 100 shares at a time, when I'm usually trading 250 to 500 shares at a time. So that's really what I've been doing. It's been proving to be doing well. So that's what I'm going to keep doing moving forward. So today is pretty much just a bunch of just green trades adding up. Nothing too big as far as a winner. My largest winner, I think, was $100. And my largest loser, $17. And my stats are pretty good here. $22 average winner, $5 average loser. Profit factor, very nice. Average position MFE and average position MAE. So pretty much what the stats are saying is, even though my accuracy isn't the highest, I was just cutting my losers and letting my winners run a little bit longer than I usually do, because I was trading setups that I'm very comfortable with today. And I'm going to go through these trades right now to show you the exact setups that I took. FRGT, this is the only trade I had pre-market. Here, looking for the breakout here, I bought at 250 for the break of 257, a pre-market high. It popped up and didn't hold at all, and I ended up taking that off for a 2-cent loss. Cut my loss as soon as it didn't work, and it started doing a range here, and I thank God I did not get caught in this. Really, after all these topping wicks, what I was looking for pre-market, if it was going to break out, it had to break now 260 and hold 260. I wasn't going to buy this breakout because of all of these false moves that we had. So whenever we're having false moves like this on a stock and it's still kind of ranging, I'm always reluctant to be chasing these breakouts, because they can really get you red on the day and cause a lot of frustration. So usually when this happens is I wait for the breakout and then wait for the retest and to see that it's holding before I jump in. And so here, this is what we got. We did see that breakout. I took my position here at 53, starter position, 250 shares, and then adding as it broke out of 260, taking my profit immediately at 260, getting back in at 61 for maybe a push. Got a little bit of a push there, but we did sell off back to 263 or 262, in which I took the rest of my profits. So FRGT, Pre-market, I was up like 40 bucks or so. And then here at the open FRGT, I was just kind of just scalping the range here. So anytime it would dip down below and kind of reclaim the support level, I would be adding to my position. And then just selling as it kind of popped up here, and just kind of kept doing that. And then once it popped up here, I waited for it to get the candle get sold into down to 303, and I saw some support coming in, and just kind of scalping that range as well. But trading very small share size, only 250 share increments, and then I eventually did push it to 500 share increments as I got a little bit more confident on it. But still relatively small. And then here again, this next 1 minute candle, again scalping kind of the range, not really waiting for that breakout. This market I'm not really keen on holding for longer periods of time, so here I'm just looking to scalp in the range, buying the dip, selling the pop, buying the dip, selling the pop, over and over and over again. As soon as I'm green, taking my profit. And it worked out because the next candle is a huge 40-cent flush. And that could have really killed your day if you got caught in that. And then I went to go buy the dip here at $2.99 on this last candle here, taking my profits as it wasn't holding 3. This is actually break even there. And then waited to buy it. I tried buying the dip here off VWAP as well. See some sort of retrace back to the 9 EMA, or at least maybe a break, but we never really got that move. And so I took that off as well for a scratch. FRGT finished that one up 178. So a lot of just small scalps adding up on FRGT to add up to $178, which is good because it really didn't give much of a move at the open. Didn't give much of an opportunity. And for me to walk away $150 profit on just this is pretty impressive for sure. From the open, you only had like maybe a 5% pop and then a 10% drop. So out of that, if you can be green, then definitely your strategy is working. And the strategy that definitely worked on this setup was for sure quick scalps in and out. So let's go to, I did take one trade on PGY here. It was really irrelevant though. Yeah, here. Going for the breakout, but didn't hold, so I did take it off. It's very small share size, kind of just testing the waters, 10 shares. And then so AYLA was the big one here. Big one as in a nice from the open. It was about a 40% move, so nice percent mover. Here it went, popped up and tested the pre-market high, pulled back a little bit too much that I was looking for. I thought it was going to bounce right off of 67, but it did pull back and break the 9 EMA, and that's where I cut my loss here at 68. And so at this point, I'm still about break even on the stock, maybe down, maybe small red or so. And then it curls back up to the high, take my starter at 78 for the break of 180. And then I add to my position here at 79 for the break of the pre-market high. We did get the break of the pre-market high, taking my profits, and then I was looking for a quick 1 minute pullback, but we kept kind of climbing higher up towards $2, and now I'm like, all right, it's getting closer to $2. Now we're going to look for that break at $2, so I get that quick 1 minute dip on this pullback right under $2. That's why I added 1,000 shares, and then taking it off right at $2 at 199. 198 and 204, which is pretty good there. And then after it rode an extra 20 cents from there. It kind of just had a huge like block of buying just popped up out of nowhere, and it pushed it all the way at the 220, which I didn't really get to capitalize on. Then I waited for that first 1 minute pullback, kind of scalping again here off the lows. I love scalping off the lows on a front side. There's a lot of opportunity in these areas just to take a couple cents off the table. And then until you get closer to a bigger support level, which is around this 9 EMA, which it did hold. And I was able to scalp again here, 3 cents, and then here adding at 15, selling some at 15, selling some at 17, then here buying the dip, taking some off for a quick 2-cent profit. Scalping the lows has a really good tool to my strategy. The past couple of months, I haven't been too comfortable. I mean, before past couple of months, I definitely would not be thinking of scalping off the lows. But now that the market kind of just slowed down, I had to like figure out a way to adapt, and this is my strategy right now, to be adapting to this type of market and kind of leaning into the strategy, whether, you know, I'm going to be leaving some money on the table with the strategy, but at least if I'm consistently green, then there's no reason not to lean into this sort of strategy, quick buying and selling and scalping right off the lows, off support levels. And then my rule is, if it breaks down below VWAP, definitely you don't want to be scalping the lows, because a lot of the times when it comes down to a support level below the VWAP, or comes down for like a panic dip buy below the VWAP, then that's when you can get into some trouble, where you have that next red candle and then the next 5% dump, and that's where you can get into some big losers. And so I like to keep it when the momentum is kind of moving in my direction, and sort of like on a front side move, and then anticipating scalping the lows of the dips on red candles, and looking for a quick pop, and just kind of scaling out even when I'm small green, and just scaling out, not really looking for that bigger move. And then here out of nowhere, this kind of came out of nowhere, consolidated right on the 9 EMA, dipped down below the 9 EMA, buyers came up. This felt very fabricated, actually, in the moment. I took my starter here. My first starter is 100 shares at 14, and then take another 100 shares at 215. The reason I was trading 100 shares is because it's like, all right, it's 10 o'clock. I'm up like 250 at this point, or $280 on the day. I was like, all right, it's a good day. I might just call it here. And then this starts popping, and I'm like, all right, at least I'll take a small share size. I want to conserve my profit. And then it just starts pumping. And I start adding now, bumping it up to 250 shares, and I start adding at 227, 228, 229 for the breakout of 230. As soon as we get that breakout of 230, I just hit flatten now, and then the next 1 minute candle, it just retraces the whole move. That was like a 15% move up and down within one candle. And that, I know a lot of traders got caught in that move. And I was just lucky enough to see this move before it broke out, and I was able to capitalize on this and be confident buying here off of this low and this reclaim for that next 1 minute candle and make a new high. I wasn't looking for really this huge move. I was expecting like a kind of like something like this, and then something like that over a couple of minutes, not just in 1 minute. And so it kind of threw me off guard, but yeah, I was lucky enough to be sitting here at the computer looking at AYLA, and then just see this huge buyer just come in at 214, 215, and for me to confidently hit buy at 214 and 215, and then adding for the breakout confidently at 227. I was just hitting buy, and then as soon as it broke 230, as I saw that new high, I just hit flatten now, because I didn't want to take any risks. It just felt so fabricated, in the moment. So that was it on AYLA, and that finishes my day. AYLA made 206, so finishing 385, nice solid green day. My focus is just to continue doing what I'm doing, keep my mind calm and collected, not trying to get triggered by many things, and trying to keep myself straight and focused. This morning, right at 9:29, the guy upstairs decides to start drilling into his floor, and it just kind of was a little bit frustrating. I just felt the frustration starting to bubble up right at 9:29, and I just had that emotional control not to get too worked up about the noise. And so what I did was just I put in my headphones, put on some meditation music or some deep focus ambient soundtrack, and on high volume to kind of drown out the sound, and it worked out really well. I just was really dialed in today for 30 minutes between 9:30 and 10. I was able to walk away with a nice profit and then walked away. So that was it. If you're still watching at this point, do hit the thumbs up button. Also consider subscribing if you're not yet a subscriber. Also comment down below. And I'll see you guys tomorrow on the next day trading recap. So it's been a rough couple of days, a little bit of choppy. Had a couple moves on AYLA. Had a couple moves yesterday. And I hope it starts to pick up a little bit more getting into August. So lots to look forward to this year. So, all right. See you guys later. Peace.